So, I just skim watched a documentary about a silent genocide in China, and from what I could gather, it's about a certain type of religion that's basically genociding China silently, obviously, but they're like an extremist type, and they're like a branch of Islam, apparently. They looked this up briefly, and I come to filled with anti-Muslim and Islamophobic bullshit, as usual. There was one comment that took interest because it's so disconnected from reality that it just made me wonder, is there actually any truth to this sort of claim? Because I think the comment was saying, try telling this to the pro-Palestinian people. There's also one about, do they know about the, I could look it up actually, the how do you even say that? Uyghurs? I don't know how you say it. It's UYGH. Oh, fuck. Lost it again. No, UYGHURS. Okay. So then, yeah, the Uyghurs. And I don't know about these, but based on what I've done on the light research anyway, it seems like a sort of extremist group, given their beliefs and stuff. It does concern me to an extent. The problem is, this is being conflated with the pro-Palestine narrative, and there simply isn't any difference. Like, based upon our religion, people are prescribed to different types. But as far as I know, like Islam and even Muslims are just completely different things. Like, are they? I'll have a look actually. Islam versus Muslim, what's it being? Don't want an AI view, fuck off. Don't want a Reddit post, fuck off. Actually, then again, it's all such Muslim, so maybe it has so. Let's see what it says. Islam using like Arabic words. The first one is the name of the religion, the other one is the name of the one following it. Okay, so Islam is the name of the religion, and Muslim are the followers. So yeah, and like this other comment actually, Islam is flawless, but Muslims are not. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. That's explained by a Muslim. So that'll give you an idea. And the question was by numbers. So yeah, like there are different branches. Like there are like fundamentalist Christians and I forgot the other names, but there's definitely different Christians. There's even like Christians who don't believe in God. That's one that exists. And this is a world of religion, really, because it comes in different shapes and sizes. And the thing that the question got me thinking about was, is there anything that can actually make me change my stance on Palestine? And so far there hasn't been anything, because looking at it from the outside, I've not seen enough evidence of the Palestinian people being guilty, as Israel keeps saying. And were there evidence, I can easily switch sides. But there's not. So I can't switch sides. And this is the thing with setting the goalposts. I'm not moving them anywhere. That's literally my stance on it. And if people can score that goal, well, congratulations, you've won me over. But at the moment, nobody's done that. So, no. I can't change my stance on that. And this goes for a lot of beliefs I hold at the moment. It's about admitting when you're wrong and taking accountability. Because sometimes your beliefs can be harmful, which ironically pro-Israeli people and Islamophobic people will not take accountability for. And it's like every other fucking TikTok I see on TikTok, essentially, it has Islamophobic shit everywhere. Like, you can't escape it. And I always take issue with this because people are generalising Islamic people, Muslims I should say. So it's extremely not just misanthropic, but just dehumanising. Like, you don't see a human there. It's less about hatred for humanity and more about, oh, these people are just fucking toys. Let's bully them, let's harm them, because they're going to harm us first. Like, what the fuck? And didn't Musk say something like that recently? This is where we're coming in. And if you're a religion of peace, which a lot of people accuse Muslims of not being, by the way, then why the hell are you going out there threatening people who aren't of either that religion or your political leaning? Like, that's not peaceful. And recently we saw this in the UK with the United Kingdom protest, where a stupid amount of people turned up and were complete hypocrites. They bought from migrant food stalls and different culture foods and stuff, and yeah, like, that's bloody hypocritical because these people typically are protesting immigration, and they followed like Musk's words to the fucking T. I don't know what the actual term is there. It's just like diehard followers of this shit, and it's like, God, what's the UK become? But to explain religion to people who obviously don't know it, because this is important, there are different sects of religion. Like, again, fundamentalist Christian. I suppose there's types of Jews as well. I can't remember, but there's definitely different types of Christians, different types of was Muslim people. Like, this is one of the obvious ones, because I think a lot of people will look at something like a terrorist attack and think, oh, well, they're Muslim, as if that was the focus, because that tends to be the focus a lot of the time for these people. And there's too much focus on that to really see reason in it, and you just want to believe that it is Muslim people, but in the end what it is it's a small section of Muslim people. It's not actually Muslim populations. It's actually a type of person from that religion doing something that goes against religion. The same way, again, Christians do. And it's why there's some of them don't believe in God, and that's why some of them don't believe in creationism. Now, there are some that definitely go against the common sort of things that are like no-nos in religion, like lies, steal, rape, and even like engage in, well, sodomy, which is what they call it. So, yeah, there's like inconsistencies everywhere. And you don't know why people do that. Because they want to believe, but they don't want to act. Because the actions are far different in religious texts, and they say something completely contrary to what they want. So people choose not to believe that, which is why you have a large population of Muslims who do not act in violence about taking over the world, even if the Quran, which I guarantee people don't even know fucking exists. That's why they believe that there's no reason to act on it, because it's actually violence. It's unnecessary murder and death. Because it literally does teach, apparently, and I've heard this from elsewhere, that you should kill non-believers. And that seems scary, for sure. But this isn't the solution, and Muslims have to realise that that isn't the solution either. And there's also teachings about marrying young girls. And guess what? They don't prescribe to that either. Only a small group do. And it's probably something like Islamic State militant or the Uyghur, whatever they're fucking called, I just mentioned earlier. These sorts of people are the problems. They're not to do with the religion. They're to do with going either too close to the wording or going against it in very immoral ways. Yeah, like if a religion teaches peace, like for example, there could be a Buddhist who prescribes to our religion but doesn't actually prescribe to its various acts, so it's like a religion of peace for the most part. But you get people who go against it, and actually I knew someone like this. Weird fact. The abusive housemate I lived with for over a year was a Buddhist, and he did meditation, he did various like breathing exercises, I'm pretty sure. He did everything that a Buddhist would, really. And he was an absolute cunt. He was just angry a lot of the time and took it out on people, I'm pretty sure he took it out on partners as well. He was horrible. And to me, that's not an actual Buddhist. A Buddhist is someone who's actually calm and can actually relax and stuff. Like, they're not violent people inherently. Again, people like my abusive housemate here would definitely do wrong in that sense. There'll be a type of Buddhist who hurts people. And it's not the religion to blame, it's the people. And it sort of comes back to like how you're taught. Like, again, how are Christians any better when they say or accuse Muslims of causing inherent harm to people when they themselves are doing that right now? It's just baffling. It reminds me of when far right people would accuse LGBTQ plus people of being paedophiles. And this simply isn't rooted in evidence, and even then, the line of logic, which I know now I've heard before, is that typically they'll be attracted to young boys, and this doesn't make sense from a logical perspective because the age of consent applies to everyone. Not just adults, it applies to everyone. It applies to LGBTQ plus people as well. It applies to disabled people. And that's really shuts down that argument. It makes no sense to make this generalisation, especially when it's so harmful, and you also have people who fucking touch little girls who are Christian. Like, you're not consistent enough to even make these points, so why are you bothering? And that's really my counter-argument to these claims about Islamophobic people and all Palestinians are guilty. Like, and the thing to mention with, again, Muslims and stuff, like, how many have you seen in real life? How many have you talked to? Believe it or not, in my lifetime, I've known one. She was a teenage girl in my school, around the same age as me. I don't really talk to her, but she had a decent personality. But she never brought in weapons. She never told people, oh, if you don't follow my religion, I'll kill you. It's like, people have this idea in their heads that seem true in their heads, but not in reality, when applied to reality. Which is where a lot of these mentally ill people come from and start obviously saying shit like this, but also going out and shooting people. Much like the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They get these delusions that are left unchallenged, and people sometimes encourage it, like Charlie Kirk did. And so that gets out of hand, and then, yeah, the consequences speak for themselves. This is what happens. It's what an unchecked society does. So, this is why there needs to be religious protections. You know, weird enough, like, to protect a religion, I think it needs to fundamentally be put in a place that you're allowed to believe what you want to believe. But you can't be going out there discriminating against people and causing harm. Because this is just against human rights. And it's also likely against the laws of God, or Allah, or whoever it is you worship. That's just fundamentally true. Like, humans are people. That we're here together, whether you like it or not. There's so much about the world we don't know, and so much we can't know. As much as we want to believe, if religion can't explain it, it can't be proven. And that's why we have to work together. Yeah, help see to eye, if possible, or maybe even just find proof. It's just trying to avoid my catchphrase at this point, because I do have a weird catchphrase and that. That's the gist of it. That's the better way to say it. Just helping people and being kind. That's what we should be promoting. It's the narrative we should be talking about, rather than, oh, we'll kill you if you don't follow this religion. And again, people make this up in their heads. They think that's what people do, but it's not. Ironically, it's often the other religions accusing each other of that. It's just, it gets really immature, and obviously they don't mature past adulthood. It's just crazy. But yeah, that was sort of my response to this, really. The whole pro-Israeli narrative. Again, it's not a matter of that I'm just so convinced of something and see shock value and think, oh, that's horrible. Oh, it is literally horrible. Because empathy-wise, I do notice that it is a terrible situation to be in. I wouldn't want to be in that regardless of my beliefs. When people are going around saying that Israel is innocent and Palestine is guilty, what the fuck are you on? Seriously. What's the evidence and what can you say that convinces me? Because I am open-minded like that. If I'm not open-minded, I'm going to be wrong a lot of the time. And that's what a decent person will do. Like, they'll just admit when they're wrong. They'll correct their mistakes. And if I make a mistake, I'll do that in an instant. Because I'll be causing more harm if I keep prescribing to it. So, yeah, I think I've said everything I can. If that's what's so interesting in what people think, if there is anything you think. I feel like this is also kind of important to put out there as well as a video I'm talking with. I do get really fed up of justice and type bullshit. Yeah, God, there's a sad video here. I swear I'm scared this Palestinian boy escaping Israeli bombardment. Again, this is the situation that we're in, it's just sad. Either way, thanks for watching and listening, and see everyone another time.